Sorry. It's so very crazy, man. And this came out too. I said you probably can't see. You can't see very well. I know because I'm using low light on the camera, which kind of makes it sort of dark. If something's really bright on the screen, it makes it the whole screen freaking dark. So you're gonna see a little gap. But have a, you don't really. It doesn't really matter because the only thing, all you can really see is the words. So I'll read it. I'll read all the reports real quick. My efforts these many years have come to a fruition with the world I govern having become a paradise for being called Radiant Garden, nurtured by the pure water that is the source of life. Fragrant flowers bloom in abundance, and people face each day with hopeful smiles. But where is the light? Where there is light, darkness also lurks. As noted in my earlier reports, I must solve the mystery of this darkness of the heart. This paradise depends on it. I should perform an experiment to probe the depth of a person's heart. One of my own apprentices, Xehanort, has volunteered to be a subject. The young man has served me ever since I nursed him back from the death's door some years ago. He had lost all his memories at the time, but later showed remarkable intellectual curiosity and readily absorbed my teachings, gaining deep wisdom. Any mental immaturity is surely due to his young age. If I explore Xehanort's heart with psychological tests, I may be able to recall a past locked away within. My apprentice even has also shown great interest in Xehanort's memories. But is he really the right subject? Xehanort does indeed exhibit extraordinary talents. Truly extraordinary, perhaps they are even superhuman. I have made a grave mistake. My study of the darkness of the heart began with a simple psychological test and quickly snowballed. Spurred on by my youngest apprentice, Ansems, I constructed a massive laboratory in the basement of my castle. Unbeknownst to me, my sacred princes then began collecting a large number of subjects on which to perform dangerous experiments into the darkness of the heart. As soon as I found out, I called my apprentices together in order not only to cease their studies, but destroy the results of the research thus far. What on earth was happening within the hearts of my six beloved apprentices? By pursuing the mystery of the darkness of the heart, could they themselves have strayed into depths? Yet I made the most foolish fall, for having begun these experiments. We're not meant to interfere in the depths of another's heart, no matter what our resource for doing so, and my error plunged me into despair. A visitor from another world soothed my dejected soul. A tiny king named Mickey came wielding a legendary key, the infamous Keyblade, said to bring both chaos and prosperity to the world. He was very knowledgeable on many topics, and we deepened our friendship as we conversed companionably. Upon his advice, I decided to review the data obtained at my basement lab. That is when I discovered the Ansem reports. Though they bore my name, the only one I had written was number 0. Apparently, he had gone on to pin numbers 1 for 8 himself. Yet the first subject is in my foolish experiment. Yeah, those were from Kingdom Hearts 1. If you read them all, I forgot to read them in my LP. So, chaos affects not only this world but many other worlds besides. In the answering reports, my apprentice Xehanort had written under my name. I found the records of his hideous experiments along with the hypothesis that by the door that appeared out of the darkness in my basement. All living things have hearts, and all hearts hold darkness deep within. Worlds are no exception. If a world is a being, the heart it holds must be colossal, and the darkness at its core must be monstrous indeed. Did Xehanort pass that door and attempt to contact the dark realm? No, not only Xehanort. It appears that my other 5 apprentices, believing it was for the sake of resource, stared deep into darkness and pulled into it. Even Ianzo, Bleak, Dylan, and Ellis. Yeah, I think Elise or something like that. Ulis. They have ceased to be human. I too have had everything taken from me, banished to a hollow realm of nothingness. What was Xehanort hoping to gain with my proliferate existence? Will my people cease to smile? If the light of hope has been extinguished, I shall henceforth walk with the darkness as a friend. Here in the realm of nothingness I have been regulated. Darkness in the midst of nothing. Darkness and 0. Thus I shall be known as Diz. Discarding the stolen name Ansem, and going in search of revenge. I think it just goes on to tell you what he's done, and just that's all Ansem report. I mean, it's not really important, but I thought you guys might want me to read that. So, what are they talking about? I wish I could fight like Peter Miku. I know what you're thinking, but you guys shouldn't be the only ones getting hurt. Well, too bad for you. You ain't getting hurt, Kyrie. Come on, then. Okay, save this one right here. Come on. Okay. You know, it's kind of funny. If you look at this, the door is destroyed, but it's still blue. When they're dead, it turns red. And Roxas is still blue. So, cave death means. It means he's still alive, which means he's in Thor's heart. So, anyway, moving on in life.
Ansem?
I'm a fool. I spent years studying the workings of the heart. Yet it seems I still haven't learned a thing.
What do you mean?
The process of encoding hearts is incalculable. The inhabitants of my twilight town were data created from real hearts. I was convinced that they would think and behave the way I had envisioned, but I couldn't have been more wrong. A heart is so much more than any system. I saw it when Roxas and Kyrie crossed paths. I knew, but I was too stubborn to accept it. It's always the same. I try to wrap my mind around things my heart already knows, only to fail. While I was trying to bring Sora back, I had so many plans in store. But once Sora was an acting force, they fell apart. All my research amounted to nothing compared with that one boy's heart.
Ansem, a machine!
All the more proof that hearts cannot be contained by data. Run, my friend. It's going to self-destruct, and anything could happen.
What? Your Majesty!
Sora, the rest is up to you. And Roxas, I doubt you can hear me, but I am sorry.
Ansem!
My heart is telling me what I must do. Please allow me to do what it says.
No! Riku!
His heart's decided. We can't change that.
I was wondering who would dare interfere with my kingdom hearts. And look, here you all are. How convenient for me. Ansem the Wise. You look pathetic.
Have your laugh. I deserve as much for failing to see you for the fool you are.
Students do take after their teachers. Only a fool would be your apprentice. After all, none of this would have happened without you. You are the source of all Heartless. It was your research that inspired me to go further than you ever dared.
I admit, my disregard brought chaos to more worlds than one. But what were you seeking? You erased me from the world, only to take my name and continue research that I left forgotten. Is this the answer you've been looking for?
All that and more. I'm carrying on what you yourself began, and I'm creating a brand new world, one heart at a time. I thought you'd praise me, but all you ever do is hold me back. I understand, though. Unlike me, you have a heart, and you're powerless to control it. Consumed by the jealousy you feel toward the student who surpassed you.
Xehanort, foolish apprentice of a foolish man. You have surpassed nothing, only proved how little we both know. We may profess to know the heart, but its essence is beyond our reach. We're both ignorant, as oblivious as when we began. I'm afraid that any world you try to create, any world of yours, would be an empire of ignorance. That is why you and your creation are destined to fall. We've said enough. Rico, you know what to do. King Mickey, my friend, forgive me. Farewell.
Riku! Riku!
Wow!
Riku!
Ansem did say anything could happen.
Riku, you gonna take that off? Oh. What was that?
His eyes couldn't lie.
Lie? And just who were you trying to fool? Huh? Huh? Myself. Riku, come on, man. Why did you try to do so much on your own? You got friends like us. Have you forgotten? I'll tell you why. Because I'm not a total sap like you. Say that again. What should we do, Riku? We must defeat Xemnas. He's the organization's last survivor. Right. Come on.
Oh yeah, it's serious now. So I would actually recommend getting rid of Goofy now. Oh, I guess there's another answer report. Okay, what else? I actually recommend getting rid of Goofy and keeping Donald and Riku, because Riku's actually really important to have. So anyways, you have this, and he does some cool attacks and all that stuff. So anyways, you know what? I'm gonna stop here for now. Just and then I'll probably finish it up next time. So it's about Crazy Man. So yeah, good luck.